Hey guys, today I'm going to do my sunrise eyeshadow look. I posted these pictures a few weeks ago on Facebook, and since then I've had a lot of requests to do a video on how to do it, and it's really simple. It only requires a few colors and a few different brushes, and you can actually pretty much use the same brush for the whole thing if you want to. I just like a little bit of variety. So I'm going to start out by priming my eyes first. I've already done this eye, so you can see the finished product here. This is what you're going to end up with. Okay, so I'm going to start with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. Sit right there, and I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger and just rub it onto my eye. You want to make sure you cover your whole lid, and you can actually smear it up to your brow bone too. This acts as it's good for a couple of things. It's good to prime your eye to help keep your eyeshadow in place longer, and it's also good to help cover up any colors that you may have on your eyes. I have a lot of purple veins that show through on my eyes. I normally don't do it underneath my eye like this, but as you can see here, I have some color under my eye, so I want it to stay and not run. So I'm just going to prime it a little bit under my eye as well. It dries almost instantly, so once you've got that in place, this is the eyeshadow palette I'm going to be working from today. This is from my Sephora Blockbuster palette that I got for Christmas. There's actually a whole other set of these. I just popped this out so that it's easier for everybody to see. I'm going to start with just a large fluffy shadow brush here. I like this one for my base color just because it's really big and it covers a large area fairly quickly. I'm going to go with this color right here. I'm just going to dab into that. And I'm going to start by just above your crease right here and up into your brow bone. The reason you lay this down is so that you can blend the color into it so that it looks seamless. And you don't really want to be able to see it. You just want to have a nice base color so that when it blends in, it looks nice and smooth. So that's it for that. Now we're going to move on to the yellow first. I'm going to start from the inside and work my way out. I'm using the MAC 275 medium angle brush. This one's great for everything. You can really use this brush for this whole look if you want to. I just prefer to use a couple of different brushes. It's a little bit easier to get under your eye with a smaller brush. The nice thing about this is it's angled. So it gets in this corner really well. You can angle it back the other way and get the outside crease. Really nice brush. I'm going to start with a bright yellow right here. This is a matte yellow, and just kind of dab it in the color. Get a good amount on the brush. Now it's not going to matter if you get a little bit of fallout down here underneath your eye, obviously, because you're going to do that anyway. So I'm going to start on the inside corner and work my way towards the center. The only thing I don't like about this palette is it's not very pigmented. So it takes quite a few times of adding the color just to get it bright enough, as bright as I want it to be. So you're just going to keep patting it in the corner of the eye. And I go about a third of the way in. If you go a little bit further than that, it doesn't really matter because you're going to cover it with the orange next anyway. And get really well down around that lash line so it covers in well. Okay, so that's it for the yellow for now. Next I'm going to go to this orange here. And I'm using the same brush, doing the same thing, just patting it, get you some good color on there. And just start where the yellow stops and blend the orange into it. You want to make sure you're at least touching the yellow so that it blends well. And I usually try to do the second third of the eye with this. It doesn't matter if you go out to the outside because once you put the red on, it's going to cover it up anyway. Okay, and that's about it for that. Next I'm going to go to the red right here. Same thing, dab. Get yourself a little bit of color on the brush. Turn your brush so it's at an angle this way. And start on the outside this time and work your way in, because you want the darkest part to be on the outside. Get a little bit more. And just the key here is, with this one especially, is to blend. You want to give it the illusion that it's just you've done just one sweep of the brush and got all these really great colors. Now if you notice here, I kind of just went it across the crease here. That just helps just to blend everything in. I'm going to go back to my large brush for a second that I used before and just kind of dust it straight across. Okay, so that's it for the top part. Now we're going to go back and do exactly the same thing on the bottom of it. I'm using a little tiny brush here. I don't know what the number on this one is. It's from Estee Lauder. It's just a small, really densely packed brush. So, repeat again. Same yellow, just some good color. And you just want to go just below your lash line right here. Same thing, about a third of the way in. Back to the orange, same thing. Come into the yellow a little bit and just work your way around. Okay, and now to the red. And blend, and this one you're going to want to make sure you blend up. And just right into that corner, and you'll make yourself a nice little point right there. Okay. Take a step back, make sure that they're both pretty even. Looks good. The last thing I'm going to do on the shadow is just take a little bit of a shimmery peach. It looks pink on this, but it's actually a peach. Dab into that with my angle brush again. And just highlight my brow a little bit. I'm going to highlight that a little bit and bring it on down into the corner. Gives you just a little, you can't really see it in this video, but it gives you a little bit of a shimmer. Next, I'm going to take my MAC Blacktrack Fluidline eyeliner. This is the stuff that I just reviewed on my blog most recently. Love this stuff, but I'm still getting used to using it, so bear with me. I'm going to take the MAC 266 brush. It's a little tiny angled brush, great for picking up the Blacktrack, but the only thing I don't like about it that I found so far is it kind of clumps on it if you're not careful. So, just dab just a tiny bit in there. You can just barely see it on the brush. And you're going to line your top lash line with it. All the way to the inside corner. Okay, little bit more there, and that's it for that. Now we're just going to do the same thing on the bottom. I'm actually just going to do the waterline because we've got this really nice color down here. So give yourself a little tug. Just go straight across. The nice thing about this brush is the angle. You can turn it and get into all the creases. Okay. All that's left now is just the eyelashes. Technical difficulties. Go ahead and curl first. Hold it for a few seconds. Now I'm going to show you a trick that I actually learned from MAC. If you take your brush and flip your curler and flip it upside down, you can curl your bottom lashes. And that makes them look a little bit more defined. Using the 3D Volume PhotoReady Mascara by Revlon. On the top and bottom lashes for a little bit more dramatic look. Okay. And that's it. You're finished. It's really that simple. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on Facebook. You can also find me now on Twitter since I've conformed and joined that. And you can also keep reading my blog on imjustmakingitup.blogspot.com. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.